What is up, guys? Megasonic here with another movie review. This time we're going to get into the Jedi way and learn more about The Last Jedi. Remember to like and subscribe and share this video with everyone you know and love. Anyway, let's get on to how this might be the most meh Star Wars movie. Now, the story starts off after the events of Force Awakens. Rey found Luke and she wants to become a Jedi. Meanwhile, the Resistance is on the run for the First Order of Snow. As we jump into our characters, we learn more about our new ones, as well as some of our seasoned veterans. Luke has dropped the Jedi away, believing that it has a lot of flaws, which I could kinda agree with. This is a complete contrast with Rey's character, who's just trying to find a place where she fits in. We're given more information about the history of Kylo Ren and what role has Luke played in it, but not in other characters, which kinda pisses me off. This film covers the character and motivations very well. Just the feeling that nobody wants you and that your only parental supervision is a 7-foot alien who looks like Rush Limbaugh's ballsack can kinda suck, which I can agree why he's angry. Which is great when he has interactions with Rey. However, I love this film. There is some very noticeable problems, which I can kind of get into. And if you also saw the film, you can kind of poke these holes there. Because number one, there are a lot of plot holes, like a lot. Like, this is dangerously a lot, even for a Star Wars film. Like, I know Star Wars had a lot of plot holes, but this has a lot of plot holes. And also, there's a couple characters who are very important to the plot who are underused, such as Snoke. Snoke, I love them. I love the Supreme Leader. Snoke is the best thing since sliced bread. However, they underuse the man, or old lady, or creepy talking ballsack. I don't know. I don't judge his gender. But for those who are going to this film thinking that this is a high action film, do not waste your time. The Last Jedi's pacing is so slow. Things are happening. People are dying. Characters are getting developed, but everything is in slow motion. And that has to do with the way the story is set up, since they don't visit a lot of worlds in this movie. Yeah, it's very small, very compact, and it doesn't feel like a lot is happening. It's just, like, I can see if you're someone who's like used to the prequels where there's a lot of action, a lot of space battles, they're just very fairly paced apart. However, there are some great things about this movie. In other words, the story. The story and the character motivations are very good, and I'm gonna elaborate on that right now. The twist is, I know some of you guys are gonna ask, who were Rey's parents? Why is this happening? Fun fact, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna make sure you go to the film and see it yourself, because ooh, I don't know how I feel about it. Anyway, let's get down to the next section of this review.
Power. And beyond that, something truly.
The cast does a great job with this film. Everyone, including Oscar Isaac. Oh my god, I love Poe. Poe's the best new character of the series. Write that up on the internet. Hashtag Poe's the best. Just write that up on your Twitter, your Facebook, or whatever, I don't know, your MySpace. The rest of the cast do a great job. Mark Hamill plays Luke much differently this time than the hopeful guy we once know and love. Luke has seen shit, like really bad shit, like, my nephew went crazy and started chopping up people in the universe type shit. And this is really seen about it, since he feels like a hero who has failed. He has forsaken everything he worked so hard to learn and gain throughout the plot, that literally it feels right. A lot of fans were against that because, well, they felt that Luke wasn't the Luke they know, and I actually have to second against that. This is the Luke you know. This is a Luke that's seen shit though, who has been down on his luck. And I'm glad they showed this side of Luke that pretty much everyone had this high expectation for.
Fulfill your destiny.
In conclusion, we can say that the story of Force Awakens is interesting. It has a new change, obviously taking inspiration from other films such as The Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. However, it has a lot of plot holes that are just open and noticeable, and the pacing is very slow. So if you're someone who's going for a high action film, I suggest take your time and lower your expectations when you go to see this film. I did enjoy this. This is probably one of my favorite Star Wars films, even though it has notable problems. But I have to give this film a